Accelerating gratitude. Accelerating what we're grateful for. That's what we're going to talk about. That's what I'm going to talk about in today's episode of the Accelerated Achievement Show. How do you fundamentally, instantly get into a state of gratitude? I'm going to give you a tool to show you how you can do that. And it's a tool I've tested in my life. And it's an understanding that will allow you to instantly tap into gratitude. Welcome to episode 11 of the Accelerated Achievement Show. Gratitude. Whether you know why gratitude is important or not, I'm hoping that if you're watching this you do, but gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions when it comes to appreciating what you have in life. In this episode, I want to talk about how you can accelerate that process. Not in a robotic sense, but how can you accelerate so you instantly can feel grateful for what you have around you. Because a lot of people, we live in a world today where a lot of people aren't grateful for what they have. I didn't used to be grateful for what I had. But it's once you tap into this gratitude and at the same time balance that with your ambition, once you can have those two areas, my belief and what I've seen traveling all around the world, teaching people across 3 different continents on stages now, once you can tap into both that gratitude and that ambition, and both of those things at the same time gives you far greater power in your life. So accelerating gratitude, how can you instantly, and I'm not kidding here, instantly tap into gratitude and be grateful for whatever you choose in your life. Instead of being in a state of, I don't know, complaining or sad, or you're just things aren't going for you, how can you be grateful? How can you tap into that gratitude so you live a richer life, a richer emotional life? That's what we're going to talk about. So the number one reason why people aren't grateful, the number one understanding why people aren't grateful is because a lack of perspective. I really want you to get that. A lack of perspective. Most people, the reason they're not grateful, the reason that they're sad or depressed or lonely or all of those things, instead of being grateful, the reason they can't tap into that gratitude instantly is they're lacking perspective. Let me say, if you want to be grateful, if you're in a state where your life it's a crappy day, your day just didn't go how you wanted it to go, and we have those days, we all have those days, we're all human, but if you have those days, how can you still be grateful? How can you go to bed feeling good? Not good because the day was bad and it doesn't matter. It matters. But how can you be grateful for the things that you do have so you can move forward the next day with more vitality, more energy to be able to attack the day in a way that you want to be able to attack it, and with an energy about you in which you want to go ahead with your life? How do you tap into that gratitude? How do you get more perspective? Meaning most people, the reason they're not grateful, let's say for, let me go with this example, for their dog. They just complain that their dog, it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of effort. I used to think like this as well. It takes a lot of effort and people don't be appreciative of and be grateful for that. It's because of lack of perspective. So let me give this example. I was recently on a flight back from Australia. We were running some business courses in Australia. And was back from the flight and I watched the movie Marley and Me. And before that movie, was lacking that appreciation for, in this example, dog. It takes a lot of work, time out of the day. I could be working, I could be recording more episodes, whatever it is. But then after watching that movie gave me perspective, because I started thinking, what if just like Marley, okay, spoiler alert, you may want to shut this down if you haven't watched the movie yet and if you care about the ending. But if my dog died, what would that be like? Then after getting off that flight and getting back home in London, got much greater appreciation, much greater sense of gratitude and appreciation because of those thoughts. So essentially, the way you get perspective, if you want to feel more gratitude for your family, or you want to feel more gratitude for the things around you, think about expand your perspective by doing this, by asking, okay, what if I didn't have these things? What if the people in my family just died or hit by a car? Not that you should be thinking about that. I know this is the first episode you're watching. You probably think I'm crazy right now. But think about those things for a split second and you'll instantly be able to tap into gratitude. So it's not... Now, I know that if you listen to the secret model and the law of attraction, you shouldn't be thinking about, okay, my dog could be dying or my family could be dying. But if you want to tap into that gratitude, and firstly, I don't believe in don't think about the negative things because they're then more likely to happen. It's kind of like the philosophy, no, I don't want to learn how to protect and how to do self-defense because then I'll more likely be able to get in a fight. No, you prepare yourself. But if you want to tap into gratitude, think about, okay, give yourself that greater perspective by thinking about all the possible other scenarios. So right now, what's something that you could be grateful for? Think about like a family member or a friend and how you could be grateful for them. Now, I want you to test this out for yourself and test this out how this works for you about accelerating gratitude. I want you to think about, okay, that friend or that family member, something happens to them. Instantly, you unlock more perspective and you start feeling, okay, I don't want that to happen. What if it's kind of like the whole methodology of, okay, live like tomorrow you're gonna die or live like tonight you're going to die. It's that whole perspective. You have a greater perspective, you get up your thinking, hence you can tap into gratitude instantly. Just by asking you a question, what if your parents died? What if your children, something happened? What if you didn't get to do this again? If you're complaining about your boss, okay, what if I had a boss that punished me every day and hated me even more and gave me even more work? And then once you have that perspective, in comparison, this boss that you have now won't seem as bad. What if your company just lost a little bit of its stock price? Just went down. Stock price just went down. And yes, do everything you can to improve that stock price again. But if you're thinking about it in grand scheme of things, okay, what if my family died? That gives you greater scope and you stop complaining, and then you can get into gratitude and then move forward and attack the day like you wanted to. So this short episode of the Accelerated Achievement Show, what did you learn about gratitude? How can you tap into greater perspective and use this strategy that I shared of essentially doing something that doesn't feel comfortable, about thinking about greater perspective and other worse scenarios that could happen? What was your greatest takeaway from this episode about how you can instantly tap in gratitude? This works. This, I've used it in my life. I've shared it with people. This works. If you can accelerate your gratitude like this, if you can give yourself greater perspective, you can live with passion and emotion and excitement and gratitude every day of your life by expanding your perspective every day, even if it's just for a split second. So what was your biggest takeaway from this episode? Comment below your biggest takeaway from this episode. If you liked this episode or found it useful, like below and share with other people that will find this useful, and also subscribe and stay tuned for more episodes of the Accelerated Achievement Show, giving you strategies and tools for you to be able to accelerate your achievement. And out of every day, every week, every month, every year, squeeze as much gratitude, as much happiness, excitement, work, and productivity and achievement and fulfillment out of every day, week, month, year, and lifetime. How can you do that? Sharing everything you can do in the Accelerated Achievement Show. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Comment below your biggest takeaway. Stay tuned for more episodes of the Accelerated Achievement Show.
Achievement accelerated with the Accelerated Achievement Show.